So I'm here in the garden, and today I'm just checking out the progress. The clearing is still going on behind me this way. We're still clearing to finish transplanting cabbages. And from transplanting cabbages, we still have eggplants and onions to work on. Progress has been slow, but thank God the meteorology department, hopefully they're accurate, announced that rains will continue and people can continue to plant, because right now I'm working with rain water. Now on this side where you can see sugarcane, there's a water body, and that water body can be utilized for irrigation if I buy a pump. And I'm working on getting a pump, but of course I have a lot of financial obligations as a farmer. In agriculture, there's never a day you go by where you don't have to pay someone or pay for something. We've got irrigation being set up in our farm in Mubende. That is requiring quite a lot of money, and we were waiting for some money to come in from other sources, a government scheme, but that hasn't pulled through. So this is cash from pocket pretty much, and from family and friends. So anyway, this is why I like cabbage. You can see this is 1 week after transplanting. We transplanted a week ago. Actually, like, let's say 2 weeks after transplanting. We transplanted 2 weeks ago, really, 2 weeks ago. So we've got good progress. We continue to spray. I'm going to need to bring in some different chemicals. I can see a lot of leaf changing color. So one of the reasons why I like cabbage farming is because it's easy to maintain and profitable, very easy to make a profit. My highest cost right now is labor. As you can see, the work isn't easy. From clearing a bush, weeds like this, to cleaning it up like this is expensive. But again, that's what you get if you want half an acre of produce. So I'm going to come in, finish transplanting. Once I'm done transplanting, we see what space remains, and then we are going to go through and put in eggplants. Now if you remember, I put in a seed beds for half an acre. Germination wasn't so great for the eggplants, so let's see how it goes. Actually, even the cabbages I'd put in for half an acre, so they've pretty much covered the space they're supposed to. I'm going to fill in some gaps and increase the space that way. But the eggplant germination and onion germination wasn't so good. Note to self, mulching makes the job go faster. So also, once you have labor issues, so for example, he's working by himself and he cleared all of this by himself, so that's a good job from him, but it takes longer. If I was in Muvende where my team there, with my team there, we can raise 40 people in a go, and 40 people just come to the field and work in 1 day, 2 days, you're done with the field. You move on to the next task. But here where we are now, close to Kampala, it's a bit harder to get the labor, but we're still pushing on. So this field here, uh, last time I had sweet potatoes. The original plan is to put more sweet potatoes, like what's been done here. The original plan is to keep putting in sweet potato, but that might not be viable because of time. I know what the meteorology people have said, but also I have so many seedlings that need to be transplanted somewhere, and the space is running out. Because when we initially calculated, we had an acre on this part here, a full acre, but we ended up putting some stems of cassava because they were more than expected as well. So yeah, but cabbage is one of my favorite projects to do, simplest project to do. I've done cabbage for 3 seasons now at a small scale. This is my first time getting to half an acre, and that's because I've learned my mistake from my mistakes, and I'm ready to scale up. So if this is a good season, which I hope it will be, because we're doing everything that needs to be done for these cabbages, if this ends up being a good season, next season we're doing an acre or two, because I have the space. The space is available. It's just making sure I don't waste money. An acre, half an acre requires 4 10 milligram sachets of seed. So the seed itself is not so expensive. This is Fanaka F1 from East Africa Seeds. It did well in germination. Pests disturb it quite a lot, but again, it grows well. It's growing very well, and it's standing its ground against the rain. Of course, we've got some that die out, but for those we come in and replant, no problem. It did very well in the seedbed, and I'm very proud of it. So that's Fanaka F1. Then the next thing you need to know is we used DAP fertilizer for transplanting to give the roots better chance to grow. And the last thing you need to know is chemicals that we're using. In Uganda, I'm using a chemical called Rocket, and I'm using uh, a foliar fertilizer for leafy greens, and I'm also using fungicide so far. But I'm going to add in there Vegamax because I've seen some leaves of the plant purple, of one cabbage purpling up. I hope it might be something with the seed being put in the wrong, a red cabbage seed being put in the wrong packet. But just to make sure, I'll spray Vegamax because it comes with some different nutrients that are required. So that's it. That's so far the cabbage, and I'm enjoying the look of it. Hopefully, God blesses us. The weather continues to be good to us, and we continue caring for the field. So by in a few days, he'll be done clearing this place, and you'd have started digging that place. Then we proceed to transplant the remaining cabbage seedlings and the eggplants. All right, hope this is useful. Cheers.